Hi hearties, welcome back to Teacup Trail. We are on episode 4 of season 9. There's a lot to talk about. I didn't realize until I watched this episode again today, and I'm like, this is a lot to talk about, a lot to cover. So there will be 3 parts to episode 4. I hope you don't mind. It's easier for me to edit these and talk a little bit more into detail for each of these scenes that I do want to talk about with you. I hope you don't mind, and I hope you still enjoyed this review for episode 4. Let's get started.
Elizabeth doesn't have anyone to watch Jack. I was thinking I might offer.
Without Robert, one of us will be needed over at the pharmacy.
Oh, you're probably right. Hello, Lucas.
Hi. All right.
Elizabeth did not think of Lucas when she tried to find someone to watch Little Jack, and I was wondering, is that a good or bad sign? But the other part of me, I was thinking like, okay, maybe she already thought that Lucas is already busy with his job and that he is working right now, and she wouldn't think that Lucas will step away from his job and watch Little Jack for the whole day while Elizabeth teaches her students. You can see the look on Lucas' face. He was very interested to offer help for Elizabeth, and I think this would be a great opportunity for Lucas to spend more time with Little Jack and transition into that father figure for Little Jack.
You rang?
No, but it is very nice to see you.
Right, you rang Florence, who told me you need someone to watch Jack.
Yes. Do you have anyone in mind?
Me.
Oh, lunch, change of clothes, toys.
Me?
Oh. Really? I just assumed you'd have business to attend.
Nothing urgent.
Are you sure?
You're in a bind, and Jack and I are gonna have so much fun. Right, buddy?
It takes a lot of courage and a lot of love for a man to take the day off from work and watch a woman child from another man. Lucas really want to invest in time in spending more time with Little Jack, and I started to realize though that Little Jack calls Lucas Buddy, and I think it's a really cute name that he has for Lucas, and I think it's comfortable and easy for a toddler to call a man that is not his father. It's a really interesting relationship dynamic to watch unfold in this season between Lucas and Little Jack, and so far we know that this little boy enjoy his time with Lucas whenever that opportunity comes. And Elizabeth confirmed to us that, well, I assume that you have some business to tend to, and Lucas does, but he is a man that believes in family first, and he is already showing that to Elizabeth and her son.
Well, if you're sure.
I am. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh! No ice cream.
No ice cream?
At least not for today. It's starting to become all he wants to eat.
Lucas was very assuring to Elizabeth, and she had trust and confidence in Lucas to take care of her son while she teaches at school. And she really appreciated it. She thanked him like a million times, and she told him not to give Little Jack ice cream. And it was cute when she told Lucas to not give ice cream to Little Jack, but at the same time, she was serious because she doesn't want her child to eat ice cream for the rest of his life. So we get to see if Lucas respects that and stay away from ice cream in giving ice cream to Little Jack.
No ice cream.
Ice cream?
Little pitchers do have big ears. Hey, buddy, why don't we play Safari? What sound does a lion make?
Roar.
This is only like the first 2 minutes of this episode, and we get to see Lucas being so playful with little Jack. Like, my heart just like went out the window on Sunday night when I watched this scene. And this is like a trial and error for Lucas. I get to see him how he watches over little Jack and the parenting style that he will form for himself to little Jack and possibly his future children with Elizabeth. So it's really nice to see this little taste of what to expect from Lucas as a father, and it's really, really exciting to see this right now before, Elizabeth and Lucas get officially married, which we all know is gonna happen.
Come in.
Ollie, ollie, oxen free.
I don't think that's how jail works.
I've never seen the inside of a jail before. It's kind of depressing.
That's how jail works.
Makes you think twice about doing something to wind up here.
May and Nathan are becoming really good friends, and see Nathan's sense of humor once again. When she said, "Oh, it's depressing in here," and Nathan like, "Well, that's what jail feels like when you get arrested. It's depressing to be in a jail cell." And also, when she looked over the prison cell and she's just thinking of what's going on in her personal life, I can totally see her thinking about Jeffrey and why she is running away from him and why she escaped to Hope Valley. Nathan still doesn't know her true purpose, her true reason of why she's in Hope Valley. And also Nathan's like, okay, why you here? Like, why you just like sliding into my DMs? No, sliding into my jail.
So then why are you here?
I thought I would work with Newt before opening the pharmacy. Care to join me?
The other day, you wanted to work with Newton alone. What's changed?
I realized I can hit two birds with one stone by teaching you and Newt.
Sounds good.
All right, then.
Remember in the last episode, Nathan was a bit discouraged that May asked him if she could help Newton on her own instead of spending more time with May and Newton. And now May suggested to have Nathan be present in helping Newton. And Nathan tried to keep it cool, okay, why are you asking me now to help you with my horse? Like, before you said no. What changed your mind? And you see that Nathan just pretend like he doesn't know anything, like nothing is going on, but he knew that something is up between them. That possible spark between the two. Again, May is a nice woman, a nice friend, a nice neighbor so far. Everyone seemed to get along with her, right? But she is hiding something, and later on we'll find out more when she talked to Bill. But at the same time, though, it's really nice to see Nathan forming a new friendship other than Elizabeth. And it's really interesting, though, Nathan can be easily friend with a female friend, nothing wrong with that. He already had that comfortableness of just talking to women and get to know them and be friends with them. And I think that is a lot from Allie. And he met Elizabeth and became friends with her, and now May.
There was a crooked man who went a crooked mile. He found a crooked sixpence by a crooked style. What did he buy?
Well, that looks like fun.
We're out for some fresh air? Cat. That's it. He bought a crooked cat, which caught a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in a crooked little house. Should we go one more time?
I really don't have anything much to say about the scene other than just cuteness overload between Lucas and little Jack. That's a lot of work though, pulling that wagon around town and over again. It's a huge commitment for Lucas to be invested in his girlfriend's son. And it's really nice though that he opened his heart to little Jack, not only Elizabeth, but her son too.
That's incredible.
Yeah, he's doing even better than I expected.
Thank you. Again.
Considering the bond you two have, I can't imagine what this horse means to you, Nathan.
You know, and I couldn't help him, and I thought that bond was lost. Like I said, thank you.
I'm going to give a couple of shout out to our episode 4, but I want to give a shout out to Kathy Brigg. I really like how she said Nathan is opening up more, and this is adding more dimension to his character, and I can totally see that with him and May. May's straightforward personality will help move certain characters forward. I think we will learn that she had been through her own trauma, and we shall find that out. So shout out to Kathy Brigg. Thank you for watching and supporting the Teacup Trail journey. Yeah, so I really like how Nathan is just himself again, and you can see the difference of how he is compared to the last episode of season 8, and now it's just like a new start, a fresh start for him. It's just a space of freedom for him, and that he can just think about the future and be in the present right now. And the present is with May, and May magically came into his life, and he becoming a really good friend with her.
We all have limitations. I think what's important is learning to accept them and to rely on someone we trust when we fall short.
I don't think I ever see anyone talk to Nathan and give advice like May does. She gives him wisdom and things about life in the most supportive and comforting way as possible. She's very straightforward, like we already know that, but the way she talked to Nathan about what he's going through and trying to support him and comfort him and encourage him, it's just from the bottom of her heart. Like, she really mean it well, and she just really truly trying to help Nathan to get back on his feet, as well as his horse Newton. They are definitely spending a lot of time together, and thanks to Newton, like, he is progressing a bit slowly.
Hey there, Newt. But everything's gonna be okay, all right? Right?
I'll bring him back to the stable, but we should plan for another session.
On the topic of Nathan being himself again, this adds another dimension to that. Seeing his horse respond to him in a nice and respectful way, like a normal relationship between a person and a horse, is all coming back to them, and that special bond is coming back to Nathan and Newton. Nathan is so happy to see improvements in his relationship with Newton, like getting back on track. They went through a lot with that accident, and not only Nathan was affected by Newton too, and they had their own pace of recovering from that accident mentally, physically, and emotionally.
And something else we see when we're looking up at the clouds.
Mrs. Thornton, isn't that Mr. Bouchard with little Jack?
Right up there.
What happened to Laura?
She wasn't feeling well, so Mr. Bouchard is looking after Jack today.
Are you getting married? When? Are you?
Really nice to see these students grow up over 9 years of the show. Some of these kids have been on the show since the very beginning. So with that, with growth and maturity, we get to see the children act more mature question, adult question, like, oh, are you getting married? And Elizabeth did not expect that, and you see the reaction on her face was like not only surprised, but she's just like, I am not so ready. And I don't think she's ready yet to marry Lucas. I don't think she's ready to be engaged yet. I don't think so until the end of this season. I think she's in a stage in her life where she is enjoying the dating relationship with Lucas, and patience is still important to this couple, and I think that still play a huge role in the dating relationship, and day by day take the time, their own pace, and just enjoy it, because from what I know in real life, dating is different from the wedding season and marriage life, and time does fly, and you do want to enjoy every moment before the next chapter in your life with that special someone. In one more note, I also want to point out the look on her face when she told her children, her students, that Lucas was watching little Jack. Like, she had this like proud look on her face, and I think that was just so sweet to see that, and she's really happy to be with Lucas and just having this new family, little Jack, Elizabeth, and Lucas. It's really nice to see that.
Well now, look at you two fine gentlemen out for a stroll and a roll.
Are we having fun?
One of us is. Not so sure about the other.
Oh, missing his mama?
Just getting a little fussy.
Oh, time for a nap?
I'm ready for one. This is hard work. But no, Jack had his earlier.
Oh.
Lucas admitted that it's a lot of work to watch a toddler for the whole day. That was not only honesty, but I think he still enjoyed the day and spending more time with little Jack.
Do you have any idea what it could be?
Well, his eyes are clear and he doesn't have a runny nose. Doesn't feel feverish. Perhaps it's his 3-year-old molars coming in.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine.
Rosemary had just like motherly instinct. She checked the forehead of little Jack, and I'm really excited to see her become a mom, and I hope and I think it will happen this season. Fingers crossed. It's really nice to see Lucas very caring for little Jack, and he was just thinking of his health, and he was like, he already took a nap, like, is he okay?
When in doubt, ice cream.
Oh no, ice, yay, imcray. Hey. Big Latin, otherwise Mr. Jack knows what we're talking about.
Oh, yes, of course. Jack is very smart.
Lucas told Rosemary that there's no ice cream, and it's really nice though that Lucas respects Elizabeth's wishes and respect her parenting power in a way. Like, she had the power to decide what's best for her son, and she told Lucas to not give any ice cream to little Jack, and he respected that.
Well then, Lucas lay, I not way opstay and a aske eighth fade, either way ishe inkstay if it may eBay, acjays, olers may.
I actually speak very little Pig Latin, and I understand even less.
For goodness sake, go and see Faith.
Yes, that is a good idea.
Bye-bye, Jack.
Lucas is very responsible in watching little Jack, and he's just curious to see if there's any other issue, if little Jack okay, and Rosemary recommended him to take little Jack to see Dr. Faith. And also, Rosemary is like getting like a first-hand witness, seeing her best friend boyfriend being a really sweet father to little Jack. I feel like too soon to call Lucas a dad, but I don't know what else to call it. I think Rosemary is really happy for Elizabeth in general, how Elizabeth is with Lucas now, and how great and adorable Lucas is toward little Jack, and just seeing that happen for your best friend is really one of the best feelings in the world. And if you already watched the episode, Rosemary mentioned to Elizabeth about seeing Lucas and little Jack during the day. Overall, this is another sweet moment, having little Jack in the scene, and I have to say the actor Highland, if I'm correct, I hope I pronounced it right, who plays Little Jack. He is so talkative in a good way, and his facial expression and just the cuteness that he brings to the show is just so adorable and fun to watch so far in season 9. And that little wagon, I mean, that's like over the top adorable in a good way. Again, it's really nice to see Lucas babysitting little Jack in this episode. We still have a lot to talk about. Part 2 will be up tomorrow. I hope you don't mind. I just feel like with work at home and a lot of things going on in my life, I'm trying my best. And I hope you enjoyed this review. And on to the next one really, really soon. Thank you again for your support. Bye.